So my name is Georgette Taylor.
Go ahead.
And I'll be doing a speech today on the secrets of a happy and successful relationship. So, like, we all are in relationships, right? And I'm sure we all want to know, ways how to improve our relationships. So I'm sure y'all want to know how to get better at loving your spouses. Because no matter how good it is, you still would want to get better at it, right?
Right.
Okay. So we all have our love languages that we speak. Some of us are bilingual, while others only speak one language. And just as how you have your regular language, love language, it operates in the same way. So if someone spoke to you in a language that you did not understand, if Schaefer spoke to you in German, then you wouldn't understand it if you didn't speak German. So it's the same thing with your spouse. If your love language is one thing and your spouse is communicating to you in a love language that you didn't understand, then you wouldn't be reciprocating her love because that's not what you want, right? So I'll be referencing a book which is called The Five Love Languages. It's actually also a military edition book that we could all get our hands on, and I'll let you know where you can find it and the resources so you could get to know a lot more about it. So now that I have told you that you can improve your relationships, I'm going to tell you how you can go about employing these strategies. So what are the love languages? There are 5 predominant love languages, which they are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So now that I've told you what the love languages are, I'll give you a little idea, even though they are self-explanatory, a little summary about what each entails. So words of affirmation. Words of affirmation means that you like to be complimented. You have, the partner that when they put their clothes on, when they get dressed up, they want to say, they want to hear, honey, you look beautiful, or honey, you're handsome. They want to be complimented on when you provide the meal, when you cook the meal, they want to like, oh, it tastes good. Your spouses, they want to hear that. That's their love language. Then there's quality time. There's a person who wants you to spend time with them. They just want to sit down, do the whole Netflix and chill. You don't have to tell them that or compliment them. They just want you to spend time with them. Receiving gifts. That's another love language where that partner, you don't have to spend time with them. You could be away forever. You don't have to compliment them. Just give them gifts, and they will reciprocate. They will feel your love. Then there's acts of service. Acts of service is where the spouse wants you to help them with everything. They want you to be there with them. So if it's things around the house, she wants you to help them to wash the dishes, be there with them. If she's cooking, cutting up the onions with her, helping her to do different things. And that's a different type of love language. Physical touch. Physical touch is where that partner wants you to touch them all the time. You don't have to give them no gifts. You don't have to help them with nothing. They just want to be hugged. They just want them to, slapping them on the booty, whatever it is, like they want the physical touch, and that's the aspect of what physical touch is. So now that I have told you about the different love languages, I'm going to tell you about how to identify your love language. You need to have a quiz that I will show you guys after everything else that you could be able to give your partner this, and you will identify what your love language is, and they could identify what their love language is. This way, if you know what your partner's love language is, you'll be able to relate to them better. If your partner's love language is acts of service, and you give your partner gifts all the time, they're not going to feel loved because material things don't mean nothing to them. And this is something that has been proven based on testimony of Gary Chapman, who wrote the book Love Languages, where he stated that based on counseling that he has done for over 25 years, the revolutionary concept has improved the millions of relationships across the globe, and this premise is simple, which means that different people with different personalities express love in different ways. So now that I have told you about how to identify all your love languages, I hope that you do use this information to improve your relationships and to do things in such a way that you're able to improve it, reach out to your partner more, and to change that whole communication thing. And I would really love to know if it did make an impact about how you do see things and if you are seeing things differently. So let's all learn how to get better at love and improve your love languages.